And per usual, like I know people are going to say in the comment section, you got people saying it here. What in the heck is happening in Tuscaloosa? DeBoer may have been a disaster hire. I feel like people say that every single day. Maybe that's just me because I see all this stuff. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great Thursday. Hope all of you having a great end to your week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, we got to talk about a situation that involves not one, but two Alabama football players leaving and going elsewhere? I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but I'm so excited to get into this video. But hold on! It's not all bad news for Alabama because they also got some great news. One of their best players on the offensive side of the ball just made a decision that's going to impact the team in a good way. Also got to throw this in there. We have a major, and I mean a major snowstorm that is heading your boy Matt's way. The southeast, to be more specific, northern Mississippi, southern Tennessee, northern Alabama is about to get hammered. Of course, it could fizzle out, but the way they're predicting this thing, we only get a snowstorm this big about once every 6 to 7 years. So if y'all want to see your boy Matt document that, let me know in the comment section. I think that'd be a great idea for the channel. Might do that, might not. That's why I'm asking you to see if you guys want to see that. But yeah, that is completely besides the point. Strap in, buckle up, get you a snack, get you a popcorn, get your favorite meal you like to eat when you watch a video, because trust me, I do the same thing. But all right, blah, 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 shut the crap up. Now enough for that dope. Let's get into it. Hold on, hold your horses. What do we have here? A $2 super chat, thank you. Not necessarily, but much appreciated. Let's check out this comment. This is from Julian. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Shout out to you, man. Have been watching since the beginning of 2023 and have been a big fan of the channel. Hope you have a great year in 2025 and continue the sweatshop. Of course, that's a given. The sweatshop hasn't closed or shut down in 5+ years. Love the content, Marquavius B. Whatever. What are we doing at the end of this? Marquavius B. Jersey Drake? What even is that? Anyways, I'm glad you've enjoyed the channel the past couple of years and hope you continue to enjoy it moving forward in the next couple of years. But thanks for $2. That's going to go to a good cause, going to get reinvested back into the channel. Matter of fact, that actually might can buy us a new black Expo marker for the whiteboard. That was such a great comment. We're just going to end it off there and get straight into the football stuff. Alrighty, the first thing we're going to get into and talk about is these Alabama players leaving. And I already know you're going to have people flying to the comment section, although I highly advise you to just wait, hear me out, but still, people are going to do it regardless. They're going to fly to the comment section and say, what's going on in Tuscaloosa? Alabama's falling off. Matt, what happened to Alabama? Matt, Alabama's going to go 7-5 and play in the Sun Bowl. Yada, yada, yada. I already know it's going to happen. Just calm down, buddy, okay? Would you calm down? I know it is kind of a big deal since we're talking about it and anything involving Alabama football. It's going to be a big deal by default. They're the best college football program of all time. It's not even close. But this isn't a big detriment to the Alabama football team, and I'll explain. First things first, Alabama's starting offensive tackle, Elijah Pritchett, he is leaving Alabama, but we've already talked about that. The reason I'm saying it's not a big detriment is because we've already talked about it and I've already told you how big of a loss it is. So this isn't like a new offensive tackle, new offensive lineman leaving, something like that. You already knew Elijah Pritchett was leaving, but it's now been announced where he's going. Nebraska. How in the world do you go from Alabama to Nebraska? That one... that's a head scratcher for me. And per usual, like I know people are going to say in the comment section, you got people saying it here. What in the heck is happening in Tuscaloosa? DeBoer may have been a disaster hire. I feel like people say that every single day. Maybe that's just me because I see all this stuff. I don't know. Getting back on track here, I'm not too sure why Elijah Pritchett is going to Nebraska, but it is a good pickup for them. Is Pritchett the greatest offensive tackle I've ever seen? Absolutely not even close, but he's good for Nebraska. Their standard compared to Alabama, it's not the same. They're about a, 6-7 max, 8-win ball team. It's a little bit different there, and I've had, believe it or not, more Nebraska fans send this news to me than anybody else. Here's my stance on it. Nebraska has not been good in a very long time. They weren't good this year, and they're not going to be good anytime soon. Where am I going at with this? What am I trying to say? It doesn't even matter. Dylan Ravioli has a ton of potential, but as we all know or should know, potential doesn't amount to a hill of beans if you don't tap into it, and he hasn't tapped into it quite just yet. He was alright this year. He showed some flashes of greatness, but that's the problem. It was only flashes. It wasn't consistent. And I'm going to give you a great analogy, because we're dealing with this currently in the state of Alabama. Nebraska fans remind me so much of Alabamians and people in the state of Georgia, because we go hand in hand when it comes to people talking about chances for snow. People in Alabama and Georgia want to see snow so bad, if you even mention a chance of it happening, they start the wishful thinking. And what happens more times than not? You get let down. If you're in the state of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, states like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a little bit different where I grew up. I was right on the Tennessee-Alabama line border. And if you're in northern Mississippi and northern Georgia, I'm talking about the very top parts of it, you see snow every single year. I'm talking about more so of the central to northern areas of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. A great example is, I don't know why I didn't just say this, Atlanta. The last time, listen to this, fun fact of the day. The last time Atlanta, Georgia has seen 1 inch of snow was in 2017, nearly 8 years ago. Or not nearly, it's 2025, it has been 8 years ago. Think about that. And now they're talking about Atlanta could get anywhere from potentially 1/2 inch to 2 inches. And those people, they're just clinging onto that hope. Same thing with Nebraska fans. Every single year, you can't make it up heading into the season. I have Nebraska fans tweeting at me, writing in the YouTube comment section, "Matt, we're going to prove you wrong. We're going to be better than what you think." And every time I see those comments, I'm just like, dude, what is this guy smoking? It's crazy because Nebraska isn't even close to being relevant in college football. So I don't even know why you tweet at me talking about them. Nebraska is an afterthought in the college football world and in this industry, if you really want to know the cold, harsh truth. If you think otherwise, let me ask you a question. How many times have we talked about Nebraska football this year? Maybe once or twice? How many videos do we make a day? How many topics do we cover in all these videos? We make 3 videos a day and cover multiple topics in every single video. And we've talked about Nebraska once or twice this year. Think about that. And this isn't brand new, guys. It's been that way on this channel for the past, or not even past, but ever since I've started covering college football years and years and years ago. Long story short, cool, congratulations. I'll set my coffee down. That was a weak clap, but you get the point. Nice little golf clap for Nebraska. Congrats, you got Alabama's former starting offensive tackle, but doesn't matter. You're still going to be average, so it is what it is. Moving along here to our next Alabama transfer player we got to talk about. Listen to this. We already talked about this player leaving a few days ago. He was a former 5-star recruit. He's a linebacker / edge rusher. And guess where he's going? To Clemson, the fighting Dabo Swinney's. Why am I kind of hyping it up a little bit? Because remember, Dabo Swinney is not a fan of the transfer portal, yet he's using it here. When I say he's not a fan, he has used it occasionally, but y'all know how he feels about it. Not the biggest fan in the world. This one's a little bit different. So Clemson, unlike Nebraska, sorry and sucky Nebraska, Clemson is extremely relevant in college football, and this is a good pickup. Although Jeremiah Alexander hasn't really done anything up until this point, that's because he was behind a lot of great linebackers at Alabama, and he's been working hard. He just had a lot of obstacles in his way. I think with him going to Clemson, number 1, it gives him a breath of fresh air. Number 2, it's a new opportunity. And number 3, I think he has a great chance of starting in year 1. I'm a fan of this move. Clemson is a good football team and program, and they're getting what I would label as a relatively good player. And I think what's happening is Dabo Swinney, he's having to bite his tongue, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to put my pride and ego aside. Although I didn't want to do it, because you know he didn't want to do it. He's putting it aside. He understands if he wants to compete for national championships like Clemson once was, he's got to hit that portal. The next step is Clemson. I don't know what their NIL department looks like currently, but I know it's nowhere close to Michigan's, Ohio State's, and some other programs out there. Not much to say there. Oh, wait a minute. I do want to say this before we move on to Pritchett and Jeremiah Alexander. Thank you for all your hard work at Alabama. Much appreciated. Just one of those things that didn't work out. Wishing you the best of luck. Moving along here, though. I normally would say our main topic, but I feel like they're all equal, so we'll just say our third topic. Good news for Alabama. We're not talking about a player leaving. We're talking about a player staying, returning. And this was what I'm going to label as the final piece to the puzzle. For those of you that haven't been keeping up with Alabama football, we've been making videos on this. Feel free to check them out. Alabama, on the defensive side of the ball alone, had 5 players announce they're returning. So that's 5 starters right there. And the final piece to the puzzle that everybody was waiting on was Germie Bernard, the wide receiver. I think Bernard's great, and he got overshadowed a ton by Ryan Williams this year. But listen to this, another fun fact. Bernard only had 100 less receiving yards than Ryan Williams. He wound up finishing the year with close to 800 yards, and that's with Jalen freaking Milroe as his quarterback. Think about that. Don't even get me started on a Jalen Milroe rant. He's just not very good. Can't read a defense. He's a great running back, but he can't throw the football. Where I'm going at with this is it's insanely impressive to have 50 catches for 800 yards with a quarterback like Milroe. And with Bernard coming back, I really think it goes to show and prove that Kalen DeBoer, despite what some of the naysayers are saying, he's got full control over this team. I get it. It's extremely trendy and popular to hate on Kalen DeBoer and hate on Alabama, but that's reality. Because if he didn't, do you really think DeBoer would have convinced not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 starters on the defensive side of the ball to come back? I don't think so. And also now you're getting one of your, I would label him as a star wide receiver, Bernard, coming back as well. Some people may take this as disrespect. I don't view it that way. I viewed Bernard as a Robin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Ryan Williams, he's Batman, and Bernard, he's the best Robin out there. A great example is Scottie Pippen. He is the greatest, probably, Robin of all time in the NBA. But the problem with Scottie Pippen is he could never be a Batman. Jordan was the Batman. And I think what helped Bernard, especially later in the season, and it's where he racked up all of his yards, is everybody was keying in on Ryan Williams, and when you leave Bernard one-on-one, yeah, he's pretty elite. He's hard to stop. I think Bernard and Ryan Williams, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. They're a great combo. The jelly alone, it's all right. The peanut butter, it's cool, but perfect match when paired up together. That's how I view them, and I know this season is quite literally 8 to 9 months away, but if I'm an Alabama fan, I'm looking forward to next year. The only missing piece on this team is who's going to play quarterback next year. Is it going to be Ty Simpson or Keelan Russell? Don't they also got the Austin Mack guy? Let me know in the comments section. I believe they do, so he might be competing for it as well. I'm going to be honest. As long as it ain't Milroe, I'm chilling. I just, for my mental health, I can't do another year of Milroe. No way. He's a great young man, and I appreciate everything he did at Alabama. He is Alabama. He loves the university, but I'm not talking about his personality or anything he does off the field. I'm talking about him on the field, and he just wasn't very good. Big news for Alabama. This was mainly an Alabama video. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. But